と手合わせしてみない？迷いはない。弱い。イカ様はなしだ。サイは全てを失うか、はたまた手に入れるか。気をつけて。全てを狩り尽くす上昇。腐敗。ふはっやっ。大将は定まった。
優美な身構本質は同じ。
ほとんど自滅じゃん。買いだ。遅い。爪も牙も鈍ったの？恐れずひるまず弱い。
生命は
はっ気をつけて。
好機。
すべて上昇。腐敗。大将は定まった。サイはすべてを失うか、はたまた手に入れるか。ほとんど自滅じゃない。迷いはない。遅い。買いだ。弱い。
What? Need gear.
サクッと手合わせしてみない？好機は目の前にあるわ。
けられない一戦。我に力を。
爪も牙も鈍
研究の価値よ。根は巡る。命のいずれ風に吹き落とされる。
遅い。全て狩り地王将腐敗。いや大将は定まった。イカ様はなしだ。買いだ。ほとんど自滅じゃない。
どんな隙も見逃さない。我に力を。
サクッと手は迷いはない。弱い。恐れずひるまず。遅い。
我々はとうに嵐に踏み入った。守るべき者のために打ち崩せ。
生命は呼吸本質は同じ。
全て上昇腐敗。はっはっはっはっ。大将は定まった。
どんな隙も見逃さない。
爪も牙も鈍っ迷いはない。
研究の価値。根は巡る。
飛翔将軍と一緒に戦えるなんて。
サイは全てを失うか、はたまた手に入れるか。気をつけて。ほとんど自滅じゃない。恐れずひるまず。弱い。
代価を払ってもらう。我に力を。
全て狩りつく上昇腐敗。やっ大将は定まった。ほとんど自滅迷いはない。遅い。
コキ
買いだ。
両断する。
サクッと手合わせしてみ。恐れずひるまず。弱い。
罰剣三
全て上昇腐敗。大将は定まった。
我々はとうに嵐に踏み入った。守るべき者のために打ち崩せ。
当たりだ。
避けられない一戦。我に力を。
爪も牙も。イカ様はなしだ。気をつけて。ベッド僕が出そう。サイは全てを失うか、はたまた手に入れるか。買いだ。ほとんど地面。遅い。
三両断する。
全て上昇腐敗。やっ大将は定まった。イカ様はなしだ。気をつけて。サクッと手合わせし迷いはない。弱い。
どんな隙も見逃さない。我に力を。我々はとうに嵐に踏み入った。守るべき者のために打ち崩せ。
イカ様はなしだ。全て狩りつく上昇腐敗。大将は定まった。当たりだ。遅い。買いだ。
鉄は熱いはっ
代価を払ってもらう。我に力を。爪も牙もに恐れずひるまず。サクッと手を弱い。
気をつけて。遊んであげるよ。好きに使ってくれ。サイは全てを失ったか、はたまた手に入れるか。
すべて上昇腐敗。やっやっ大将は定まった。
鉄は熱いうちにやっ
我に力を。
後期
買いだ。
遅い。
両断する。
我々はとうに嵐に踏み入った。守るべき者のために打ち崩せ。
罰剣三景
爪も牙も迷いはない。
三
避けられないすべて上昇腐敗。はっ大将は定まった。
気をつけて。
弱い。ほとんど自滅じゃない。恐れずひるまず。我に力を。すべて上昇腐敗。やっ大将は定まった。迷いはない。遅い。
当たりだ。
弱い。サクッと手合わせしてみない？代価を払ってもらう。我に力を。
勝負を勝っ
買いだ。
後期
サイ全てを失うか、はたまた手に入れるか。気をつけて。ベッド。
鉄弾落
我に力を。我々はとうに嵐に踏み入った。守るべき者のために打ち崩せ。すべて狩り尽くす。上昇腐敗。やっ大将は定まった。ほとんど自滅恐れずひるまず。やめるわけには。
買いだ。
遅い。
Hello, what's up? How are you doing? Thank you for joining me.
自分の実力試してみる。
避けられない一戦。我に力を。爪も牙も迷いはない。
Do you like shrimp chips? Shrimp chips. I like shrimp. But I haven't heard of shrimp chips.
まだまだ
気をつけて。
ほとんど自滅じゃない。
I'll be honest, actually that's the first time I have heard of shrimp chips.
恐れずひるまず。我に力を。
罰剣三景
弱い。すべて上昇腐敗。大将は
They aren't weird tasting, they are really good. You can get them at your local
サ
Asian
クッ
store.
と手合わせしてみない？迷いはない。
I do like shrimp,
決めるのは人だから。
so maybe I'll like shrimp chips.
はたまた手に入れるか。買いだ。
I want Everton so bad. Yeah, he's the only sustainer I have. I don't have Fu, and I don't really have. Yeah, he's my only sustainer.
好機は目の前にあるわ。恐れずひるまず。はっはっ遅い。我々はとうに嵐踏み入った守るべき者のために打ち崩せ。すべてを狩り尽くす上昇腐敗。はっはっ大将は定まった。
当たりだ。
I won't. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that I was saving for 2.6, I would pull for Robin.
代価を払ってもらう。爪も牙も鈍迷いはない。弱い。
気をつけて。
後期。そこ。
買いだ。
ヨーダーする。
I would like. I want Robin, but I'm saving for 2.6. So yeah, I was forced to get Robin as my team is pretty bad. Yeah, I'm a new player. Yeah, if you're a new player, then I would say pull for Robin. As a new player, I would say like you want support, and Robin is very good for new players because support don't really get power crept. They are kind of in a safe spot when it comes to DPS characters. DPS characters, they can get power crept more easily because they come out with more DPS characters than they do with supports. So supports are kind of in a good spot. So when you pull Robin, this character, Robin, this is Robin. Yeah, the funky idol girl, yes. So yeah, as a new player, I would say like pull Robin. I would like Robin just for Fei Xiao. But you don't need Robin to make Fei Xiao good. So if you're like a long-term player, you've been playing like since the start of the game, Robin isn't like a must-have. It isn't like I need Robin, right? Even though I would like Robin, even though I know Robin would make Fei Xiao better, I don't need her to make Fei Xiao good. This is kind of right now my roster. There are like quite a bit of 5 stars I don't have, as you see. But I didn't really care. Like for example, Boot Hill, I didn't really care for him. So Jade, I'm 50-50 with Jade. Robin would be nice. I would like Robin, but you know, saving for the next patch. Black Swan, I would like Black Swan. Sparkle would be nice. Fu, I would like Fu just because I would like another sustainer. But yeah, I'm kind of like in not a bad spot when it comes to characters. You know, I can still get. I'm still pretty good with the characters. Okay, so let's see. But yeah, like as a new player, like since you're new, my problem is that I literally have nobody for shield except for Japard. So then if you, okay, so you got Robin, right? Your priority would to be, instead of going after DPS characters, right? You want to go after supports, right? So you got Robin. You already got a solid support character. Now, you want to save then, right? You want to save for Averantine, right? You want a sustainer. So I would say save for Averantine. He will get rerun. So like try to pull for support characters and then go for DPS characters. Because I can promise you this. DPS characters will always get power crept. There will always be a DPS character that is going to be better than another DPS character. Supports, though, are long-term safe. Supports aren't really going to get power crept. They aren't really going to be pushed out of the spotlight. So characters like Fu, characters like Averantine, Robin, Rune Mei, these are characters that are in a very safe spot and characters I would say to go for. And once you got your support characters, then I would say like, okay, go for DPS characters because then you know you're safe and you can build more than one team. So your priority is to at least have 2 teams that you can build. Because, for example, let's say you want to do the in-game, right? In-game content. I'm going to go over here. So when you get into this, right? This is mock. So when you get to mock, right? Your priority is to always have 2 teams. Oh, yeah, this is mock right here. That's not mock. Yeah, this is mock. So if you have your 2 teams built, then you're good. So on one side, be like, you have 1 team. On another side, you have your other team. Once you can say, yeah, I got 2 teams that will be very good for long-term future, then you are at the point where you pull for what you want to pull. You pull for characters that you like, right? But as a new player, this is where kind of you don't got the luxury to be like, oh, I don't want to pull that character, but it's a support character. They're very good. For example, like Robin. You don't got the luxury of what I'm doing and being like, yeah, I can skip Robin. I don't need her because I'm already good. I can build more than 1 team if I want to. I'm in a pretty good spot. But as a new player, you don't got that luxury of being like, yeah, I can skip Robin. Let me pull for a DPS character instead. But that DPS character isn't going to do you good. You know why? Because you got no support character. You got no character to sort of help them. Robin helps DPS characters. Then you got your sustainer. Sustainer like, there's currently 2 good sustainers in the game. You got Averantine. Averantine is 1 sustainer. Then you got Fu. This is another sustainer. She is also very good. So you either want to go for, you can either go for like Averantine, which is a shielder. He provides shield. You can go for Fu, which she provides a little healing but shield. You got your healers. You got like options when it comes to healers. You got her. I probably will butcher her name. She's a support type healer character. You got, I'm not even going to pronounce his name. He is a, he's a support character. He's not a healer. He's a support character. He's more meant for dot teams. Other support characters you have. You got Gepard. Gepard is kind of, while Gepard is a shielder, he's not as good as, say, let's say Fu, right? Fu's better. He's not as good as Averantine. Gepard kind of ranks kind of low when it comes to being a shielder. You got, let's see, what other support characters? You got Sparkle. Sparkle is not a healer or a shielder. She is a support character. She actually allows your team to recover skill points, so she's very good on teams. So let's say you got a unit that is very skill point hungry, right? And they're greedy, right? Well, Sparkle will help minimize that unit's greed. That she will allow your team to recover skill points. So she's very good on for that role. And she also not only recovers skill points, but she provides a damage boost to your team. You got Gallagher. Gallagher is very good. You would see Gallagher on break teams. Now, for example, if I wanted to run a break, I'm going to give you an example. We're going to go over here. So let's say I wanted to run a break team, right? Now for break team, let's say I would want to run Firefly. Firefly would be my main DPS character. She's the main character you run in break teams. Now, let's say if you are a new player, right? And you don't got a lot of options. Well, Stella, or the Trailblazer, Harmony Trailblazer is great for break teams. So as a free to play option, Harmony Trailblazer would be a good option. Rune Mei is a staple on break teams. She is a unit that you would run in your break team. So if you got Rune Mei, you will always run Rune Mei in a Firefly team because she helps buff break damage. So she's a staple when it comes to running break teams. Another option, then you want at least one healer, right? Either a healer or a shielder. If you don't got many options you could run. I run Avertine, but like I said, if you don't got a whole lot of options for support, you got, going off the top of my head here, I got it constantly. You randomly popped up inside my homepage. What's up, Matt? If I popped up, well, thank you for, joining me. Where was I? Yeah. So like I said, you got Gepard, you got Avertine, you got Fu, you got him. I'm not going to even say his name. I'm not even going to even try to pronounce his name. Every time I try to say this man's name, I butchered it. I butcher his name. You got the Fox dude. Yeah, you got him. I'm just going to call him the Fox dude. You got her, you got Hoo Hoo. Then for 4-star characters, you got Natasha. Natasha is a healer. She's not a bad healer. She's pretty solid. You got Lynx. Lynx is a pretty solid 4-star healer. Let's see. You got Bailu. Bailu is, if you got Bailu, you would run Bailu over Lynx. Because Bailu is the better healer than Lynx. But if you don't got Bailu and you got Lynx, I would say run Lynx. So overall, like, being a new player, you you should go for support characters. Support characters are the first thing you should go for. I always tell new players that go for support characters, then go for DPS characters. Then once you got two teams built, whether it's a break team, whether it's a dot team, whether it's a follow-up team, then you got three types of teams. You got three types of meta in this game. You got follow-up, you got break, and you got dot. Now, I could go through each of the teams, but that would be a pretty long explanation. That would be a long explanation. You know what? We will do that. So, like I said, you got dot, break, and follow up. Now, when it comes, I'm going to start with dot, because dot characters, they don't have a lot of characters. There's not a lot of dot units. Now, basically, what dot means is they apply a debuff. The character will apply a debuff to the enemy. That is basically dot in a simple explanation. Now, for dot teams, you have Kafka. Kafka, she is a staple on dot teams. If you have Kafka, I would say you would always run her on a dot team. Unless you aren't running her, then I don't know why you wouldn't run Kafka in a dot team. You got Rune Mei. Rune Mei, Rune Mei is she's a support character, but she kind of plays two roles. Rune Mei plays she can be in a dot team. You can put her in a dot team because when you use Rune Mei's ult, she will apply a dot to the enemy. So she can be run in a dot team. But she can also be run in a break team. So Rune Mei is that character that is really good, that you would run as a support or sub DPS support in a lot of teams. She's very flexible. When it comes to teams, she's really flexible. You got Avertine. Yeah, Avertine, while he does a follow-up attack, he can apply a dot to the enemy. So you can run him in a dot team. You got Acheron. Acheron is the main staple. If you have Acheron, you would run Acheron all the time in your dot team. Okay. She is the staple DPS character for dot teams. Let's see. You got Sampo. Sampo does apply a dot. He can be run in dot teams. I don't use him. I have him, but I don't use him. You got Silverwolf. Silverwolf is a support character, a quantum support character. But Silverwolf is really good. She can be run in a dot team. You got him. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. He recently came out, and he can be run in dot teams. I don't have him. I didn't pull for him. So that's basically all the characters that are that is mainly you would run in a dot team. And you would always, like I said, if you got Acheron, you want to at least have one or two Niality characters, because of what she does. Right, we don't go look. when there are one or two Nyality characters other than Acheron in the team, this basically allows her damage to be a lot more. So, oh, I did forget one character, Black Swan. Black Swan is a dot character. So, Black Swan is also a staple for dot teams. So for me, it's like, this is what I would do for a dot team. I would do Acheron. I would do Kafka. I would, for support, I would either run a healer. I could run either Avertine, Fu, Natasha, or Bailu. So either a healer or a shielder. Whichever one you have. If you don't got a shielder, but you got a good healer, let's say you got, for example, you got Lynx, right? Build him. Get him to level 80, build him. He would be a good replacement if you don't got a 5-star healer or a 5-star shielder. So that's basically dot in the simplest form I can explain. Then you have follow-up teams. Follow-up has more units. Follow-up has a lot of units. There's a lot of follow-up units. So for follow-up, you got Himiko. You got Jin Yuin. I probably butchered his name. You got Fei Xiao. You got Yulin. You got Avertine. Yeah, Avertine can be run in dot teams, but he can also be run in follow-up teams. The fact that he is a shielder, he can basically be put in any team and do well. You could run March 7th. March 7th could be run in follow-up teams. Hunt March 7th. Herida. Herida is a follow-up unit. Let's see. Moze. Moze is the newest 4-star. And you could put him with, like, he goes well in a follow-up team. But you would, like, pair him with, like, Fei Xiao. Fei Xiao is also a pretty staple unit for follow-up teams now. So, yeah, so Moze with Fei Xiao is really solid. You got Clara. Clara's a follow-up unit. You got Topaz. She's really good. Topaz at E0 is good. But I see a lot of people say E1 Topaz. If you can do E1, you would want to go for her E1. But E0 Topaz is still good. You don't gotta have her E1. She's still solid. Argentina, I think he's a follow-up unit. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have him, and yeah, I don't think he's. I don't think he's a follow-up unit. No, I don't think he's a follow-up. You got Jade. Jade is a follow-up, and I heard that she's really good. I don't got her, but she's good from what I have seen or I have heard. So that's all the follow-up units. For break, then you got the break team. For break teams, you would you have, I'm just going to say, if you got Trailblazer, everybody got Trailblazer, right? Harmony Trailblazer. If you don't got a good unit for break teams, Harmony Trailblazer is a solid option for break teams. So for break units, you have Firefly, through gotta look. Yeah, there's not a ton of break teams. Like break teams and dot teams are kind of, you got Gallagher. Gallagher is more of a support for break teams. So Gallagher is a unit that you would like run as a support for your break team. You got her. Like I said, I'm not even. There's some character names where I'm not even going to attempt to say their name because if I pronounce name wrong, I know I'm going to pronounce name wrong. So she can be running a break team. If you don't really got any other person or any other good units for break teams, you can run her. That's Boot Hill. Boot Hill is a 5-star unit, and he would be a main DPS break character. So let's say you don't got Firefly, right? But you got Boot Hill. Boot Hill would also be solid for break teams. But in terms, that's really it for your like main characters as a DPS that you would run in a break team. As you see, there's more follow-up units than there is dot units, right? There's more follow-up units than break units. They have a weird thing. Hoyo has a weird thing about follow-up meta, right? They like follow-up a lot. So you see more units that are follow-up than there is, let's say, dot, right? Or break. Now supports in general, like you got your support. So you got Bailu, which is a healer. You got Rune Mei, which is a support for break teams. She can be used in break teams. She can be used in a dot team. Rune Mei is a very solid support, so supports are always in a good spot. You got Avertine, which is a shielder. You got Pela. Pela is a support unit, and you could run Pela with Acheron. She is Nightality, so she does. I think, does she apply a dot? Yeah, she does apply a dot, but she also lowers the enemy's defense. So not only does she lower their defense, but she does apply a dot. You got Asta, which is a... I don't use her, so I don't really... From what I gathered, she is a support unit, but she does increase the ally speed. So you could run her essentially in a lot of teams as a support to increase your team's speed. You got Natasha. Natasha is a healer. You got Lynx. Lynx is a healer. You got Tinjun. Yeah, that's why I don't say some of their names. You got her, Fox Girl. Like I said, This is why I say screw some of these names, because you try to pronounce their names and you butcher it. I know I'm not the only one who has probably fucked up their names trying to pronounce their names. And so I kind of got to the point of where, yeah, I'm done trying to pronounce some of these character names. You know what? I'll just call them something. But she can be run essentially in any team. You can run her in any team. Supports essentially can be run. It doesn't matter if it's a dot team, a break team, a follow-up team. Supports are that one type that you can run in all teams. So she basically gives energy to one ally and she increases their damage. So she will give energy to one ally, then increase their damage. You got Gallagher. Gallagher is more of a support unit for break teams. So in a break team, you would run Gallagher. You got Mose. Mose, like I said, he's the newest 4-star, so you would run him in. You would run him with Fei Xiao. Fei Xiao and Mose go hand in hand, work really well. You got Silverwolf. Silverwolf is a good support. She basically will apply a additional type of weakness. So let's say the enemy is only weak to imaginary, physical, and wind, right? So if the enemy is only weak to imaginary damage, physical, and wind, Silverwolf has a chance to either apply, let's say, quantum weakness to them, or ice, or fire. Yeah, so Silverwolf is a very good support unit, especially in dot teams. Hoo, I probably said her name wrong. She is a very good support unit. She's more. Okay, so she regenerates energy for all allies. So basically, her ult will regenerate energy for all your allies. And she does restore HP, so she's very good. You got Fu. Fu is like Fu is a shielder. You got Sparkle. You got Robin. Robin's really good. And that's basically essentially all the supports. I may have missed one or two. I tried to explain this as best as I could. It's a lot, but I tried. Yeah, like there's a lot. I did my best to make it as easy as I could, but over time, you will understand. Like, I'm just going to give you like a general idea of what I mean. So You know, and just give you a general idea, right? Let's say I'm a new player, right? And let's say my only support is, let's say I only have Lynx, right? Or no, I'm just gonna say Natasha. I'm gonna say Natasha, right? So I would run Natasha, right? Let's say then let's say for and then let's say I got Himiko, right? I could run someone like, I'm just looking at this from a new player's perspective. I could go Natasha, Himiko, and then let's say I got one support. Let's say I got lucky. I don't know how other people's count is, right? But let's say I need a support to sort of increase Himiko's damage, right? And to sort of give energy, right? I could run her. Then we want another kind of follow-up character, right? Now, Ratio, Dr. Ratio, he's a free 5-star. I think he does do follow-up attack. Yeah, so he is follow-up. Now, I could do like this, right? Like, as a new player, right? Natasha, Himiko, Ratio, and Tinjun. That, as a new player, that's good, right? And it's not bad. This is just starting off. I'm looking at this from the perspective of a new player. Now, let's say you are a veteran player. You've been playing for a long time, right? But you have trouble. I know players who been playing since the start. They got a lot of good characters, but they have trouble either building a team or knowing who to run or who to put on the team, right? So I'm gonna say, let's say they want to build a dot team, right? And they got Kafka, right? They could run Kafka. They could run Rune Mei. You want to run Acheron, and you want one support. You could run either Avertine or Fu. So either Avertine or Fu, or you could replace Rune Mei, and you could put Pela, right? So instead of Rune Mei, Pela could be a replacement because she's a Niality character. So now you got 3 Niality characters and you got Avertine there. Pela will help decrease the enemy's defense and will sort of feed Acheron to get Acheron's ult up. That is the purpose. You want Kafka and Pela to feed Acheron. And Avertine will provide shield, and he will also provide he can also apply dot, so he works pretty well with Acheron. Now, then let's say I'm looking at this from a long-term standpoint, right? Let's say you want to run a follow-up team, right? And you basically have a lot of characters. You've been playing since the start. For follow-up teams, I'm gonna go off of somebody who basically pulls every character, somebody who doesn't skip characters, right? And they would essentially pull a lot of the characters, or they have already a lot of characters, right? For follow-up, Fei Xiao, Robin. You could run Topaz, or you could replace Topaz with Yulin. So you could either do Fei Xiao, Robin, Topaz, and Avertine. Or you could do Fei Xiao, Yunlin, Robin, Fu. So you could do that for a follow-up team. So essentially, that is essentially what I mean. Then I'm gonna give you break team. I'm gonna give you. I gave you dot team. I'm gonna give you break team. For break team, you could do either Boot Hill, Robin, Gallagher, and Fu. Or if you want to do a different break team, you could do Rune Mei, Firefly, Robin, and Avertine. So you kind of got like options for to sort of, if you don't got the 5-star, right, you got like the 4-star. So if you don't got, let's say, Rune Mei, you got Gallagher, right? If you got Rune Mei, you could run Rune Mei, right? But if you don't got Firefly and you got Boot Hill, you could do Boot Hill. So essentially, you do got like replacements for break teams. You got replacements for dot teams. You got replacements for follow-up. So if you don't got the 5-stars, you got the 4-stars. If you got the 5-star, but you don't got the 5-star support, then you could replace the 5-star support with a 4-star support. So that is the best way I can say it or show you or explain it. The more you play, the more you will start to understand and sort of grasp what I mean, how to build teams, how to build your characters. It takes time, but the more you play, you will understand. But I hope I made it as easy for you as I could. The last piece of advice I can give a new player is, 1, go for support characters. Don't go for DPS characters. Go for supports first. So for 5-stars, this is the perfect time for new players. Because right now, if you're a new player, the one thing you want to go for is Robin. So go for your supports, then go for your DPS. Once you kind of have your two teams built, right? It doesn't matter what 2 teams you got built, but once you're at the point in the game where you can confidently say, I have enough units to build at least 2 teams, then you're at the point where I would say, don't play for meta, don't go for meta. Start going for characters you actually want. Go for characters you like. Because now you're at that point of where you don't gotta pull for certain characters. You don't gotta worry about pulling a character or making your teams, because you got your 2 teams already built. And now you can just play the game for fun and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go for this character. Even if they aren't great, even if they aren't as good as people are saying, I'm going for them because I don't gotta worry about pulling certain characters. I don't gotta worry about building teams. I just want to pull them because I like their design or I like their gameplay. So, that's the last, and then the very last thing I can say is have fun. Enjoy the game. Just take your time. Don't rush. Don't rush it. Just enjoy it and have fun. That's the most important thing. So, thank you for listening, and I hope I have helped you or helped any new players, or hopefully my advice is good. Like I said, I tried to explain it the best as I could. There's a lot of stuff, so I did my best. But peace out, and I may stream later. But thank you for joining me.